And the silver medal goes to Ruth Rendell and Lizzie McConaughey from Orkney. And winner of the gold medal from Guernsey, Julie Williams and Rosemary Augier. In the men's pairs, the bronze medal goes to Jersey, Josh Bond and Kevin Lalong. Shetland take the silver with Gibby Pottinger and Alec Elphinston. And the gold medal goes to Orkney, George Rendell and Mark Codder. Well done to all the medalists. We move now to the last match in the gents singles and also a new discipline of mixed pairs. So on rink 1, the last match in the men's singles from Bermuda, David Leach. And he's playing against the Western Isles, Peter O'Donnell. On rink 2, the mixed pairs representing Bermuda, Braden Rustin and Jinwa Rustin. And representing the Falkland Islands, Sharon Barnes and Teddy Summers. And finally, on rink 4, mixed pairs again representing Guernsey, Julie Williams and Stephen Williams. And representing Orkney, Ruth Rendell and George Rendell. The sun's out again, a beautiful afternoon, enjoy the bowls.
George, do you know what sticker you are?
Sorry?
Do you know what sticker you are? Red or blue?
We're red.
Red again. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Take a chair this time.
Oh, that's not bad. Then. Again. Just switched on. That's that. What was I looking for now? Scoreboard. So scoreboard on. Oh, yeah.
Very good line.
When you're wee.
No, not there's. I'll just batter you at the way, don't worry about it. I'll just belt through. No, I'm wanting for my pot, but I didn't know which one.
Again. Thank you. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this side. Yeah.
Just either you slightly a hint or a hint. You're right.
Thank you. That's what I said.
The men's are actually the worst.
Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome to Brandycoy Park in Kirkwall for this afternoon's session of the Lawn Bowls at the World Island Games. We're going to focus on Rink 4, which is the start of the mixed pairs with a match between Guernsey and Orkney. So Guernsey have the jack in the first end, and it's Jenny and Stephen Williams, and they're playing Ruth and George Rendell. Good start with the ladies here. Orkney steal the shot there. The shot's closest ball to the jack, the white ball on the rink. That's another good ball by Guernsey. Jenny there. Probably got 2 shots at the moment. But a good reply from Ruth. So good start by the ladies here for end 1. Orkney line 1 shot.
I don't like interfering. They've all been pretty good so far.
So Orkney have the red stickers and Guernsey are blue. And that's not a bad opener by Steve for Guernsey there too. Not quite the shot, but not a million miles away. And a good effort by George as well. Might have well stolen second shot there. Damp morning, a couple of heavy showers came through, a wee bit dull, but the sun's broken through and back to the glorious weather that we've had in recent days. Enjoying the bowling, we've had big crowds this week, which has been great. Oh, George very close there to making it 3. Steve trying to get to the jack. He's played it very well. He's got the shot. So Guernsey lie 1, and George has 1 bowl left. 1 to Camruth. 1 bowl left for George to try and rectify this. So George coming in with a bit of weight, looking to push the jack. And very, very close. Very good head, good effort by all 4 players there. But Guernsey lie 1 shot, so the first end goes to Guernsey. So quite a longer jack this time, so the jack is on the tee, so it's a full length because the mat is also on the tee at the opposite pole of the green, speeding up a bit because a lot of the ends this morning were quite minimum distance or just over it, so with the sun coming out the green should play a bit faster, drier. Julie will just be home to keep this one on the rink after two going in the ditch, just taking a wee bit of time to adjust to a longer length jack. And she's just used the short ball to take a bit of pace off it. But it looks like Orkney's still lie 2, and Ruth will be hoping to make it 3 with this one. But I think she's just lacking a bit of weight in that one. Good line though. So it's been a busy morning for these bowlers. And Ruth of Orkney have just come off from playing the penultimate matches and winning medals. George won a gold and Ruth won a silver in the gents and ladies pairs. That's Guernsey drawing the shot there, just lying on the shot ball. George playing the backhand, just trying to draw in for shot. So Steve deciding to copy him and change hand. Looks like a nice big draw on that backhand. Bit of a change for George in this game because he'll be playing the lead in the pairs all week. And Steve's pushed that ball out wide, which should come back though. It looks good from here. And Julie likes it at the end, so it looks like the shot. Yeah. Certainly got the shot. So that's 1 to Orkney. So it's 1-all after 2 ends. George going forward just to tell Ruth that he's wanting to play a shot. No. Players agree between them that it's Guernsey look like they're going to go long. So it's going to be... Yeah, we're going to tee this time.
Unlucky. Yeah, through.
So good ball by Julie there, jack high. Doesn't mean level with the jack. Just acclimatised a bit too much and a wee bit short with that one. Julie's the same, just not quite pushed that one. And yeah, it's not too bad a ball by Ruth. Second shot. Good weight, just a little bit tight. Julie will be hoping to do the same as our first one, make an adjustment off from the second one, and it looks like she has. Not quite a touch here, but I think they'll be happy enough with that. So George 2 down at the moment, be looking to try and just draw the shot, and he's looking pretty good. Yeah, great ball from George. Been drawing very well all week, to be fair. Steve coming opposite hand just to reach the red ball or push the jack back. He's not a million miles away, but I think he's just going to fall tantalisingly short. Still lying, but only just, and danger all about. Steve again is in the area. He'll be hoping to just touch his own ball and push the jack. So close, but no cigar. Orkney lie at the moment, but if it falls over, I'm not sure if they still would. George has to be very careful he doesn't touch that ball with the blue sticker. If Steve was aggressive, he could push that red sticker ball out and make 5 here, but I think he'll just be quite happy to get the shot. And again, he is definitely not far away. In fact, he's played it. So he's got at least 3. He might not make the 5, but a very good end from all 4 players. So a great end for Guernsey. Got a minimum of 4 and measuring for 5. So it looks like 4. So that'll put Guernsey in a 5-1 lead after 3 ends, and we're playing 13 ends in this match. And later this afternoon we have the start of the ladies and gents triples competition, so that'll be teams of 3, and each player will only get 2 balls each per end in that, so it'll be interesting to see how the players adjust to that. Julie looks a little bit tight with that ball, but she's got a fairly tight bias ball, so it shouldn't swing too far away. Her weight looks pretty perfect. Ruth looking to come inside that green ball, but not just quite got the distance on it. Ruth sinking to the forehand. Definitely a better line, but just a bit pacey this time. But staying on the green, so could be a handy ball later on in this end. Julie just a bit pacey there. She had a great line, but did a bit too hard. Ruth's also just a bit pacey and slightly tight with her line, but this end's a bit more open than the previous one. This may be just a bit too wide for George this time. So this rink 4 does seem to have good draws on both sides, so we should see them switching from backhand to forehand probably a bit more regularly than we did this morning. Steve from Guernsey there, good line, just a bit short, but I think he's got the shot. George definitely in a narrower line this time, but his weight looks a bit better. I think he's going to use that ball to get the shot. George will be a bit panicky there. He's going to take his own ball out, but I think he's hit it, but not enough to lose the shot. So that's 1 to Orkney. So after 4 ends, it is 5-2 to Guernsey. George asking for a shorter jack again. It looks like Ruth's managed it, going slightly past him, but considerably shorter than previous 2 ends actually. Yeah, decent start from Ruth, just a yard short. The line was pretty good. Julie will be hoping to just get past that at least and get the shot. Again, her line's pretty decent, but just maybe 4 feet short where she wants to be. George and Ruth quite confident they can come round that bowl and get the shot, and it's looking like she's achieved it. That should just sit nicely behind the jack. We'll see if that's shot at the when this end is completed. Julie making a good effort. I'm surprised she changed her hand, to be honest, but she's given them a bowl on that side of the jack at least, so. Yeah, I would agree with Steve. I think we'd be better playing the backhand. Can promote our own short bowl or come ride it and reach Ruth's bowl on the jack. And so maybe just a touch heavy for him achieving that. So we have 5 islands competing in the mixed pairs. We have Orkney and Guernsey here. On rink 2 we have the Falkland Islands playing Bermuda as well, and the team sitting out at the moment is Shetland. So it's a league of 5. So I believe they're playing 2 games today and 2 games tomorrow. See who tops the table. George's going to play the backhand here. And just hopefully get another bowl in the count and make 2 shots, but he's a fair bit short with that one. Not up to the standard he's been playing this week. See, we'll be hoping to either slip the green ball or hit it hard enough to get the shot, which it looks like he's done. So we'll probably see George change hands on the forehand, maybe be a bit more aggressive to take the green ball out and line its place. And he's certainly given it a good try. Steve will just be home to get a second shot or play a blocker, which it looks like he's doing. Don't know if he intended that or not, but it's going to make George's job a lot harder. Probably have to go back now to just drawing in close to the jack as he can, rather than playing with weight and try to move the green ball. He's not a million miles away, but maybe just a touch heavy. But he's still got second. Steve will just be trying to come in that same gap and get a second shot. Spotting the danger of Ruth's short red ball, he's going to change his hand around it and get in the count. And it's maybe just fallen the wrong way, so it's maybe just 1 to Guernsey there, I think. So both the Guernsey players playing with a Jake's Pride fine line and a Taylor Vector, so I'm assuming they're used to playing on quite fast greens in the South England. With them, the conditions are suiting them as well. So it's at least 1 to Guernsey. We're just measuring here to see if they've got 2 shots this end or not. Got a feeling this one will be the closest, but I might be wrong. Yeah, so that's 2 to Guernsey, which will bump the score lead. Bermuda Bermuda need to win it and win it well. I think it's a 22 shot differential, and if they achieve that they would get the bronze medal instead of Shetland. But to win by 22 shots will be pretty good going, but we'll keep you posted on that once we know. Orkney achieved a silver in the gents singles with Neil Anderson winning 4 from 6 matches. So Julie just a bit heavy with her first bowl. Ruth will be trying to capitalise on that and get a bowl closer to the jack, but she's a bit short with that. It's a better bowl by Julie. Foot past the jack. Ruth's hoping to stop on it, but she's slipped past, but she's covered in that green bowl at the back. Again, Julie a bit heavy with that one, but not wasted if it's behind the jack. The jack's more likely to get moved backwards than it is forwards, so skips are usually quite happy if their leads put a bowl behind the jack, gives them something to aim for. Ruth looks like she's drawn the shot with her last bowl, and Orkney will be looking to just win this end and get the scoreboard moving since they're currently 5 down. Don't want the game to get away with from them too early and have a big lead to catch up in the final ends. So Guernsey line a few. George will be wanting to do something about this. He's got one ball after this one, but he'd be quite, and he's unlucky with that one. He got a result with it, but the jack went to the green ball, which is Guernsey's. So Guernsey lie 1, but Orkney have second shot and third shot if they could remove the green one, but that might not be so straightforward. Steve's a bit light and tight with that one, so George obviously sees a shot because he's very quick on the mat to decide what he's going to do. It looks like he's tight. So that's one more to Guernsey to make it 8-2 after 6 ends. So 7 ends remain in this tie. Guernsey playing a shorter length than they have been. Probably 26, 27 metres, I would guess. That's a good start with Julie. Good line for her bowls and just a foot past. Ruth's definitely in a wider line, but she's got a wider swinging bowl, but I don't think she's pushed that one hard enough. Another good bowl from Julie's changed hands, but it hasn't affected her. Two good bowls in a straight line and the jack in between. Ruth just trying to reach that green bowl. Just got a slight tickle on the jack before that, which is not ideal, but it's a third good ball from Julie, just slightly pacey, but she was in the area and should connect with that red ball. It was going to be very good. Ruth will just be hoping to play something similar to her last one. She can rest on her own red ball. She would definitely get second shot, if not the shot, but she's unfortunately pushed that green ball up and pushed the jack to the green ball at the back. So that's 2 to Guernsey. It makes George's job a fair bit harder, to be honest. I think I'll just have to try and draw to the short ball. Either that, he's looking at a 3-ball plant onto the jack and try to push it sideways, but percentage wise I think you just go for the draw. That's exactly what Steve's going to play here. Probably want to be just short of the jack just to block the line for George. But no damage done. Won't make George's job any easier either. George not a million miles away, just a ball wide, as we would say. His weight was very good. Steve's ball's just hanging a little bit as well, just not coming in quite as much as they thought they might. George thinks he's wide. He looks wide and heavy. So Orkney in a bit of bother here. See 6 shots down with 7 ends remaining. And definitely 2 down, possibly 3. And Steve has just played 2 blockers to stop George really getting at it. Just asking him, George, just to draw the ball, but I'm sure he might be very tempted to come in heavy and disrupt it. He's caught one of his short balls. Players agree on 2, so that'll be 10 after 7 ends. So 6 ends remaining, Guernsey 8 shots in front, so certainly in a strong position. The sun's just gone behind a cloud temporarily, so the temperature dropped. But Guernsey again playing 26 metres, I would say. Just a bit heavy with that one, Julie, but good line. See if Ruth can capitalise on that and not just get the shot, get a good shot close to the jack. And as George says, the line's good, we'll just be in a yard longer. Julie decided to switch hands, so she would avoid that red ball, but she's hit it away from the jack rather than closer. So Ruth definitely looks like she's pushed through that one, so it's not going to be short. Just a touch heavy this time. Julie didn't seem too happy with that one, but it's a little bit heavy. We're sticking with the backhand. Past that green ball and stop, but it keeps travelling. But she does have two back balls for George to possibly take advantage of, and one to my left that she could possibly hit in or get an edge off closer to the jack. Very good ball by Steve. Crowd appreciating it. George trying to follow it. He's not a million miles away. I think he's just going to dive under. Measure for shot. George switching his hand, which I can understand because there's no balls in his way on that side. And he's hoping to reach that red ball and tickle the jack over just like that. Steve being quite aggressive with that ball. Don't blame him, it's a bit of a target, but looks like Orkney's still alive. Maybe just one now. George's trying to have a look. See if there's any way he can make more than two. Really needs to be able to get at least two shots to get back in the game. George sticking to the backhand. Looks wide. And heavy. So that's 1 to Orkney, so it makes it 10-3 after 8 ends. 5 ends remaining. And Orkney need to try and find 7 shots. 5 ends. get something out of this match. Trying to go short again, but I think she's probably not made the required distance with that. No, George doesn't think it's up, so he's throwing the jack back. So it'll be up to Guernsey to throw it the distance they require. I suspect they'll go long. So we're about 2 inches shy of the tee and the full length distance. Ruth's a yard short with that one. Julie coming the same hand. She's got better weight, she's closer to the jack. Still a foot or so to get there. Ruth's definitely pushed this one out in a better line, but she's flying a bit. Flying a bit too much because she's gone in the ditch. That's a dead ball. And that's another decent ball from Julie. Still just that yard short, but second shot in the area. Ruth will be hoping to make the adjustment with this one. That's looking good. If it just settles now, she's number one. Julie trying very hard with this one, but not quite. She's got 3 second shots though. 2 are close enough to certainly just be tapped in to get the shot. So George playing the backhand. Let's shrapnel on that side, and he's managed to work off the Guernsey ball and make 2 for Orkney. 2 here would give him a bit of belief they can pull this game back, I think. But Steve for Guernsey is trying very hard. He might have just nicked the shot with that, but George has a chance here to just push the jack a wee bit and make 3. That would certainly help them after losing a 5 early in the game. It's the only real difference between the teams, to be honest. So Guernsey here just lacking a yard. His line's very good. George will be trying to play the same shot as last time, but just a bowl tighter, just to reach the Guernsey bowl or move the jack. And he's trying very hard. He's probably got the gap. Sometimes when it's not your day, it's not your day. But after winning a gold an hour and a half ago, he might not mind quite so much on a day like this. But Steve's fallen through the same hole as well, so that's 1 to Orkney, so that gets him on to 4. Gives them 4 ends to try and make 6 shots minimum. 6 shots for a draw, 7 would get them the victory. They're going to try a short end again. See if coming in the opposite direction helps them. So both ladies pulling their bowls tight to just push it out a bit further and let the bowl come into the jack. I say both hands on this green are extremely playable. George and the crowd appreciate that one. Julie doesn't look too bad either. If it's just going to stop. Oh, very unlucky. Just pushed the jack straight to this one. So she plays the same ball. She should be spot on. Julie's giving that one a bit of a heave. Trying to dislodge the jack or the red ball that sits behind it. Not quite achieving it. She does have one back ball, though, so that'll give her skip Steve something to work with. Just has to be careful they don't lose more than one. Let's say with a lead, they can sort of afford to lose one end and move on, but a couple or so would give Orkney a lifeline. So George try to slip inside the front red ball and do something like that. That helps him because the jack can only now go to the right hand side. Steve looks a bit heavy and a bit wide with that one, so maybe a chance here for Orkney to get a few shots back. George could play a similar sort of ball and make them count at least 3 at the moment. And he's played it well. Hasn't made the target any bigger either, so. Steve doesn't like that one, he's pulled that one tight. So this is a chance for Orkney. Steve for Guernsey still has 1 ball remaining, but George will be desperate to get this ball on the counter and make it at least 4, but he's left that one short. He'll be annoyed with that one, I would think. Steve needs to get into this head and at least cut it down. Say losing 1 wouldn't be the worst result for him, but losing 2 or 3 would. But he's done that. He's cut it to 1. So that makes 10-4 Guernsey against Orkney with 9 ends played and 4 ends remaining. So say after this session, we have session 4 today, which is gents and ladies triples, and a lot of players have been sitting watching for the past 3 days actually get going. And yeah, gents and ladies triples this afternoon. A lot of players that haven't played yet get to make their debuts in this year's event. After sitting watching their teammates for the past 3 days, they'll get to throw some bowls and represent their islands. So 3 ends remaining, 5 shots in it, so it is doable for Orkney, but they probably can't really afford to lose any of these last 3 ends. If they could get a 3 or plus, that would really help them. That's a good bowl from Ruth. If she hasn't got the shot, she's very close second, but it gives George a bit of a target. George wants Ruth to play the same shot. Don't leave it short was technical advice. She hasn't done that. This is a bit more like the way Ruth's been playing. 2 good bowls in the head, one's a shot. Gives George a chance to make 3 here. Julie just has to be careful not to take her own bowl out of the head, which she has. But she's maybe giving herself 2 second shots, so it's maybe not too bad a bowl. So George playing the forehand here, trying to get to the green bowl at the side. He's just tighter line. And Steve will probably just be trying to draw to the jack or stop just before it. He's maybe nicked a shot with that, but it does leave George a bit of a target. I wouldn't imagine he'll be short with this one. He's got the shot, and he's given himself a chance of making 4 or 5 here. Don't know if Steve's quite realising this yet, but 3 bowls on the right hand side of Orkney's with the red stickers. George can push the jack over there with his last bowl. He could get a count to get themselves right back in this match. Steve's shot he played is probably playing into Orkney's hands there. He's probably better. Ruth's asking George to come and look at that shot and see if it's a goer. So Steve, I think, if George manages to get the result he's looking for, he's going to have a bit of pressure on him, but yeah, George looking at the shot I'm thinking about. It's a sticker twist moment probably. It could go wrong and lose the shot, but when you're 5 down with 3 inches to go, you need to score at least more than 1. You could play conservative, maybe play a short blocker and get 2, but when you've got a shot on to make 4 or 5 in the games against you, you probably have to take that chance. Risk and reward, as they say. Looks like he's going for it. I think he might have pulled it tight though, that's the only problem. But can he work off that to make two? He can't. And Steve's changing his hand, which is a safer option. And he could make a count for himself by pushing Jack over, but I think he's pulled it tight. Losing one's not the end of the world for Guernsey. So with 2 ends remaining, it's Guernsey 10, Orkney 6. So we're playing 13 ends in the mixed pairs and no tie break or anything in this, so if it's a draw it's 1 point each and 2 points for a win. This one a bit further than George had hoped for. Let's see if she can make up for that with her first bowl and put it on top of the jack. Not quite, but the weight's very good. Yeah, good ball by Julie again. Great weight, slightly wide, but I think they'll be quite content with that. It's in the head. It's currently the shot. Ruth's just a touch short. Julie thinks she's pushed that one out too wide, but more the weight that's the issue. Yeah, Ruth looks tight with that line. Unless she gets a hit on that ball to push it up, but a bit heavy as well. End up in the ditch. Can Julie get the shot with this ball? In the gents singles over in rink 1, it looks like Bermuda may have beaten the Western Isles, but not by enough to get the bronze medal. So I think Shetland have another medal. This time bronze in the gents singles bowling. But here Steve Williams of Guernsey has put in a great bowl to trail the jack. He looks like he could be lying probably 3 here I think at the minute, but George will just be hoping to stop. So George has one ball left to try and sort this, but Steve looks very good, like he could take the jack in the ditch. What a ball. So that looks unbeatable. So it looks like Guernsey are definitely going to win this end with jack and ball in the ditch. Maybe a foot apart. right to the lip of the green without falling into the ditch to get the shot. Which should be no mean feat, but first he's going to have to get round the poles at the front of the head. So Guernsey think they're line 3. Their teammates are telling me could play the backhand and draw in a fourth. So Guernsey, in fact, if Guernsey draw this one, that would be victory for them with an end to spare, because it would be 7 up and we're playing 3 ball pairs, but I think he's pushed that one into the ditch. So it looks like 3. So 3 to Guernsey, it makes Guernsey 13, Orkney 6, 1 end remaining. In fact, that will be enough to get Guernsey 2 points in this mixed pairs league. 7 up with only 6 balls left in the last end. So Guernsey will be looking to win this end and improve their shot difference. Put them in a strong position, and Orkney will be looking to try and get as many shots to reduce the deficit. So if they can win the remaining matches, they've still got a chance of being top of the table. If teams are even at the end of the league, it will go down to shot difference, see who the champion is, and that is the amount of shots you've scored minus the amount of shots you've conceded. So still something to play for, even though Guernsey have secured the 2 points in this match. Just lacking a yard in their way. It's got a great line. Julie Guernsey, our last ball in this match, will be hoping to finish with a flourish. George asking Ruth to just play the same line, but just a bit heavier, and hope it'll come into for the shots. I think she is a bit heavier this time, but whether it's got enough legs on it to get the shot or not. She's got 3 balls on in the line there, but unfortunately they're all just a yard short of the jack, so. I would imagine Guernsey will plan to play the forehand round the green balls and get a second shot for definite. And Orkney might just play the backhand and try and promote the red balls at the front, or play the same shot as Steve and hit the green ball out. Yeah. Steve playing the forehand draw. He's slightly over the weight, but second shot, not in a bad position. And George is going for the backhand with a bit of weight. Try to punch the ball into the head. And he's played it well, but not quite well enough. But he's got second, so whether he'll play the same shot next time or switch hands, we'll wait and see. Steve decided to switch hands, which seems brave or dangerous. Not quite sure. But he's managed to work off a side bowl. I'm not sure if that's what he meant, but it's worked. Yeah, George punched the ball, the short ball there, with a red sticker forward to get the shot. Guernsey line one. Certainly safer playing the forehand, as Julie's suggesting. Got a lot of red balls in this match. Certainly a very colourful game. And Steve's played a great ball to finish with. Line 2, I wonder if George will maybe try and play for the split. No, he's going to stick with the backhand and try and push Ruth's ball in for shot. And he's got the weight but not the line for that. So that looks like a minimum of 2. So that'll be 15-6. So that's a good victory for Guernsey. That'll get him a good start in this mixed pairs league. So we'll sign off for now, and I believe we shall be back this afternoon for the start of the gents triples. So we'll see you then. Thank you very much.